Hello everyone and welcome back for a brand new Cryptoquote video. It's a very exciting day over here because all the stuff I've been ordering to shoot these videos is actually starting to arrive, so I have a different audio setup this time. I hope it goes well. We've got some puzzles to get to though. If you participated in last week's Cryptoquote, you know that the winning answer was sometimes you need to scorch everything to the ground and start over. After the burning, the soil is richer and new things can grow. And of course, that comes from Mia Warren from Little Fires Everywhere, a series that is available to watch on Hulu right now. So the winner last week was Utkarsh Bansal, and I'm fairly certain, Utkarsh, you've won before, so please tally your winning weeks, because again, first person to get to 4 winning Cryptoquotes, that person is going to win something. I don't know what you're going to win, but we're going to work it out together. So good luck to you in future weeks. So to jump off the answer from last weekend's puzzle, I want to talk a little bit about the series and give you guys a non-spoiler review of Little Fires Everywhere, because I did watch the entirety of the show on Hulu, and it was a little bit of a unique situation for me because I can't remember the last time I've committed to watching a show week to week. I would probably say, I don't know, I guess maybe it was Game of Thrones. I just haven't had week to week event viewing in a while, and I really appreciated the fact that this show gave me the urge to do that again. So I did like it a good deal, and clearly the show's got a lot going for it in terms of giving me the urgency to want to see the next episode. I was genuinely thinking about it constantly, and whenever a new one dropped, I was excited to finally have another one. Another major asset with this series is how perfectly cast this ensemble is. Huge ensemble, and I really do think everyone gets their moment to shine, beginning, of course, with Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon. They are 2 heavyweights, and just seeing them go head to head an entire season of a show, it really was something else. They were both excellent in these roles. And as far as the younger ensemble goes, I'll say that Lexi Underwood and Megan Stott were the 2 that I think stood out the most. I think they get the meatiest arcs and they make the most of them. And also, they've got great chemistry with both Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington as well. But I do think that eventually Jade Pettyjohn, Gavin Lewis, and Jordan Elsas, they all made their mark as well. I really do think every single member of the young ensemble of this show did exactly what they had to do, and each one of them did get that opportunity to kind of pop and take the spotlight, and they maximized those chances. There is one episode in the show, and I guess this is a light spoiler if you don't want to know that this is eventually going to happen, but there is one episode that's a flashback episode, and that's when we get Annasophia Robb as a young Reese Witherspoon and Tiffany Boone as a young Kerry Washington, and oh my, that might be some of the most exciting casting I think I've seen in years. They are so good in those roles, and again, Annasophia Robb is excellent, but Tiffany Boone, for some reason, just really stood out to me to the point that now I have kind of flagged her name, and anything that Tiffany Boone is attached to, I know she's been out there in some other shows and some of you might be familiar with her work. I wasn't, but now that I saw what she could do here in this series, I gotta keep up with her stuff from here on out. But I do need to tell you a little bit about some of the stuff in the show that it's tough, because it's not that it didn't work for me, but it's things that felt, I guess maybe a tiny bit off. And the one big one is the fact that from the very beginning of the show, I kept flagging moments where certain character decisions that I knew were going to produce negative results for the character, I just found them very frustrating. I found it very frustrating that they all just kind of kept making piss poor decisions from start to finish. And I know that that greatly contributes to the drama, or rather the melodrama in some cases. But, the crazy scenarios that occur because they make these bad decisions, that's kind of what was feeding my need to keep going and my inability to take my eyes off of this situation that was kind of just rocking these characters' lives. So yes, it does teeter on melodrama, and I would even go as far to say that maybe it's emotionally manipulative, but I also have to admit that that is what kept me hooked. And if you watch The Witching Hour on Collider, you know Haley and I briefly spoke about this, and she actually used a descriptor for the show defending Jacob that I think really does apply to Little Fires Everywhere. She called it a situation where it wants to be a paperback pulp thriller, but also prestige TV, and it kind of gets caught in this awkward middle zone. And I think the same exact thing is true of Little Fires Everywhere. But even though that is the case, I really enjoyed watching this series. I was very, very impressed by the performances, and the build works well. The format of the show is that you see the end of the show at the beginning of it, and it's basically this guessing game of who does that thing. And while, again, I have to bring back the melodrama word for the reveal at the end, I still think it works, and I still think there are certain themes and ideas and specific character growth concepts that played very well, and in that respect, I do think it stuck the landing. So highly recommend Little Fires Everywhere if you have yet to see it. And that brings us to a brand new puzzle. How about we put that up on the screen right now? Again, keep in mind, we are playing for prizes now. If you are the very first person to win the puzzle 4 weeks, doesn't have to be in a row. If you win this 4 times, you better hit me up in the comment section below and let me know, because I want to send you some sort of prize. Again, as always, I hope you guys are having fun with these. Please tell me if you are. Tell me if you have other ideas, other types of videos you want me to be making. Really, the creative possibilities are endless right now, and I want to kind of seize this opportunity and do everything I can. So you guys let me know what you think as well. Have a good one, stay safe, and I'll see you next Thursday with a brand new puzzle.